What you're about to hear almost never happens in America. Late Saturday night, while most of Minneapolis was already asleep, a federal judge stepped in and stopped something that raised serious questions. A man was dead. Shot by a federal agent. And now the court had to act fast to make sure the evidence didn't disappear. This all happened in South Minneapolis, near 26th Street and Nicollet Avenue, in broad daylight, in front of witnesses. 37-year-old Alex Pretti was shot and killed during an encounter with a Customs and Border Protection agent. What happened next was just as disturbing as the shooting itself. Late that night, U.S. District Judge Eric Tostrad issued an emergency order. The Department of Homeland Security is not allowed to destroy, alter, or touch any evidence related to this shooting. No videos, no reports, no internal files. That order didn't come out of nowhere because Minnesota's own investigators, the people who normally handle these cases, were completely locked out of the investigation. And that almost never happens. In the United States, when a federal officer is involved in a fatal shooting, an independent state agency usually steps in. That separation exists for one reason: to protect the truth. But this time, Minnesota was told to stay out. At a press conference, the head of the state agency said it plainly: we're in uncharted territory. In other words, the rules were suddenly ignored. So the state pushed back. The Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, the county attorney, and the state attorney general filed a lawsuit against DHS, against ICE, against CBP, and against U.S. Border Patrol. Their goal wasn't politics, it was preservation. One thing mattered: keeping the evidence intact. Minnesota's Attorney General didn't hold back. He said Alex Pretti was killed in front of the public and that the law and basic human justice demand a full, fair, and transparent investigation. And he made it clear the state would not settle for less. Then came the federal response. DHS denied any suggestion that evidence would be destroyed. They said their agents were attacked. They said their lives were threatened. Two sides, two completely different stories. And now, the court stands in the middle. The judge's order remains in effect until a hearing on Monday afternoon. That hearing could decide who controls the investigation and how much truth the public will ever see. And this isn't the first time. Just weeks earlier, another person was killed by a federal officer in Minneapolis. And again, the state was shut out. The county attorney says her office has legal authority to review federal agents, and they intend to use it. Because this story isn't just about one shooting. It's about power, accountability, and what happens when oversight disappears. One man is dead. The evidence is now protected by a court order, and the country is waiting to see what happens next. Subscribe to this channel for real stories, clear explanations, and updates that matter.